So my name's Tom Reed, and I met this gentleman down here, southwest Detroit. Your name, sir?
My name is Russ. Everyone calls me Razz, though.
Razz,
Everyone knows
Razz.
me as Razz.
So long story short, you get the gist of what I do down here.
Right.
You know, I tape these, or I record these interviews, and I upload them to YouTube.
Right.
You cool with that?
Absolutely.
I have heard about you before.
Okay.
And you know that I've been down here doing...
Yeah, I've heard about you as well.
Okay,
So
I hope it's been good, because it's not always all good.
Right.
So I'll cut right to the chase.
Right.
You're described as an interesting guy.
Okay.
Why is that, would you say?
I guess probably because I don't... what people describe you as, a lot of times it doesn't fit your true character, you know?
Yeah.
I've done a lot of, on black and white, on paper, not so many good things, you know? So you get judged. A lot of people would automatically claim me to be very violent, very, you know, just an angry individual or somebody you wouldn't want to be around. Mm-hmm. And that's not the case at all. All these girls love me. I love all these girls. I look out for them all the time. I do anything that I can to help them or to anybody out here whenever given the opportunity, you know.
Yeah.
So.
You look like Jesus. You ever heard that before?
Once or twice.
Oh, okay. So, how old are you?
I am 42 years old, man.
And what type jobs have you had in your life?
I mean, I've worked, first job I ever got was telemarketing. I've done telemarketing. I worked at Ford Motor Company. I worked for Guardian Home Security Systems. The most recent job that I've had was Hilltop Tree Service, doing tree removal.
Okay.
That was kind of the good, bad, and the ugly. It got me out of here, but it also brought me back here because I hurt my back really bad. So I've been dealing with that, and but that was the last job that I've had, the most recent. Yeah.
And you're a high school graduate?
I got a GED.
Okay. And where'd you grow up?
I grew up in Garden City.
Okay. Any substance abuse problems at all?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Currently?
Currently, yeah. I'm a heroin addict and a cocaine user.
Okay. And what's that cost
Plus
you?
Plus my
day?
weed.
Plus your weed. Okay. What's that cost you a day?
It can get expensive.
Okay.
You know, it can cost $50 to $100 a day just to maintain. That's not even with getting a buzz sometimes, you know.
Now I got to ask you, how do guys come up with that money when they're not working? I mean, that's a lot of money to come up with a day.
Yeah, I mean, you know what goes on out here. You ain't no idiot to it. You've been around here.
No, I do, but are you talking about like copping drugs for people, stuff like that?
I mean, I do, yeah, I do everything and anything, you know, that it takes outside of any, you know, sexual favors or any crime anymore. I've done a total of, at this point, 13 years in Michigan Department of Corrections, all due to or related thereof my substance abuse problems.
Okay.
I've found a way to put that to rest. I don't engage in any criminal activity anymore for my for my own stupidity.
Okay.
But that in turn has put me out here, and the reason I was able to do that is because I started panhandling, I started street hustling. I'm a natural born salesman, you know.
Be good at that.
What I like to do is sales, you know. I started, like I said, I started in telemarketing, and I've done a lot of different things with sales, and that's where I thrive. I'm, you know, I'm a people person. I like to talk to people.
Okay.
And so with that, I've now turned that into, you know, instead of, you know, robbing banks or doing anything stupid, you know, taking off with your mom's purse, your little brother's bike, or his PlayStation. You know, I'm at a point in my life now where I can admit everything, you know.
Okay.
There's no sense in hiding from anything. That'll only keep you fucking hidden, you know.
Yeah. Now you know.
Those type of things I've stayed away from. But now I literally panhandle. That's my number one thing. Is I approach people and I ask them for help.
Okay. Now, so you know a lot of the working girls down here.
Every one of them.
So you know Becky.
Yes.
You know Becky's locked up.
Yes.
And you know Amber.
Yes.
The computer shows she was let out Friday. I don't know if that happened or not. You seen her?
No, I have not seen her. I have not seen Amber in a minute. I didn't know any. If you're leaning towards something legal happened to her, that's not the direction I was led to. I heard something about like she had a, she did a little too much and it might have hurt her, and that kind of woke her up, from my understanding.
I hope that's
from
true.
What I've told.
Okay.
I was told that she OD'd, and coming off of that, she's now taking the opportunity to try to do the right thing.
Oh, I hope so. Good for her.
And I believe that because I haven't seen her.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah. All right. Great.
She'd call me.
Now,
so.
You seem like a pretty sharp guy. Good personality.
Why? Thank you.
The Reader's Digest version of the likelihood of the average girl you know getting out of here. What stops them?
What stops them?
Yeah, the heroin-addicted working girl. Why is it so difficult? Watch that truck.
They got an ATM in their back pocket.
Gotcha.
Any girl, I mean, listen, man, I say addiction is addiction, man. Everyone has a vice or a clutch or something that, they, these girls out here or across the world, man, it's hard for me, dude. My addiction has cost me friends, families, job, my child, everything, and it's hard for me to walk away from them, and to stop that. These girls, because of the oldest profession in the book, which is hoeing, they have an ATM in their back pocket, so it is very, very hard for these girls to get off these streets, because whether it's 20 below or 100 degrees, they can step outside and within a minute they got a total stranger willing to pull up and feed their addiction to get their addiction. If you understand what I'm saying.
I do.
So it's any girl that makes it out of these streets, kudos to you, because it's hard. It's very hard. And not only that, at any given moment, I might go to treatment and I might get right and I might end up out in Plymouth at the Lighthouse, thumbs up to the Lighthouse, great program. But anyways, I might end up out there. I don't have no money. I don't have no car. I don't have no transportation. It takes a lot for me to decide to relapse, or to get the urge or what, things like that. These ladies, all they have to do is come straight out to the nearest hole stroll in their neighborhood, and it's on and popping for them. It's the world is nitty gritty, man.
Okay.
It's a fucked up place, man.
I never looked at it in those terms. Yeah, it makes sense.
It's kind of crazy, but it's a big struggle, man. Substance abuse and the combination of these streets, and I'm addicted to it all, to be honest with you, man. I get a rush from it all, dude. I mean, just the adrenaline rush from the chase, the nightlife, the bobbing and weaving. I don't commit crimes anymore. I don't, I won't rob you. I will not steal from you. I haven't done that. The last felony I committed was in 2005. I robbed a bank and I went to prison for it. I pled guilty. I made my bed and I lied in it.
Robbed a bank?
Yeah.
Gun and the whole bit?
No, a note.
How'd they catch you on that?
I got turned in by the girl that I was with. I left my hat and my note that I used to rob the bank in her car. and I was on parole at the time while I was doing this. And so I got picked up by the abscond team in her car. So when she went to clean out her car like 2 or 3 weeks later at the car wash, she found the note in a hat underneath her seat. She read it. It was an apparent bank robbery note, and she drove it to the local police station and gave it to them and told them that they needed to take a look at me as a potential, wanted bank robber. And that's exactly what I was.
How much did you get?
How much money?
Yeah.
I don't remember the exact amount. Whatever it wasn't worth it. But again, I'm not in denial. It wouldn't matter if it was $20 or $20,000. All I wanted was crack to put in my pipe.
Did they? Did you admit it to them then, or you just get convicted in a trial?
No, I didn't take it to trial at all. I went right. Once it didn't get picked up by the feds because they would have had to label me as a career criminal because of my already 3 prison sentencing terms. And at that time, I think it was 9 felony convictions already. They would have had to label me as a career criminal. I technically wasn't a career criminal. I was just a drug addict who, 5 minutes of me robbing the bank, I didn't have no plan of robbing a bank.
Okay.
It was spur of the moment. It came, just that quick. So thankfully they identified it with that. So they kept it local with the county, and I went to Frank Murphy, and I obviously took the best plea that I could that would work for me at the time. Which was 5 to 15 years.
5 to 15 years.
Yeah.
Now I get young people, believe it or not, that watch the channel occasionally. When I talk to guys like you, it's hard to believe that a young person would be on the fence about whether or not to try heroin. For the people out there considering heroin, what are your words of advice? Stupid question, I know, but
yeah, it is. It's not though, because so many new faces, man. Look, I keep it on me, man. I've administered Narcan to at least 20 people in the last 90 days.
Oh, wow.
I keep them on me.
What do they just hand those out?
Huh?
They hand them out?
They hand them out, you can get them, or I'll buy them.
Okay.
I'll buy them from people, dude.
Okay.
I got, it's in your
I have some, but
yeah.
I don't know that I'd be completely comfortable using it.
Well, it tells you, it guides you through it. It takes you through it step by step.
Okay, all right.
The nasal spray ones are just.
That's what I have.
Okay, those now they won't talk you through it, but all you got to do. But the other ones where you slide it out right when you not administer it, but when you activate it, I guess is the right term.
Yeah.
It actually will communicate
Can I show you
with
mine?
you.
Can I show you mine?
Absolutely.
Yeah, because okay. Hold on. Hey there, hon. Right here.
Oh wow! See, now I've never seen this one.
Yeah, open that up, because I want to be able to use the damn thing, and I kind of know how.
Right.
There's nothing like using it for the first time.
See, the only 2 that I'm familiar with is this one
I bet
here.
if you take that top off.
The only one I'm familiar with is this one here.
That one. Okay.
That's the nasal spray.
Okay.
I wish I had. Actually, I just used it 2 nights ago.
It,
yeah. No problem. Because I'm curious as to this. What actually is this one? Because I've yet to see this.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh wow. Okay, now these are actual syringes, and I would imagine this is going to be a vial with fluid. Yeah. Now what you have here is an actual syringe with. This would be vials of Narcan.
So I'd shoot them up with it.
Yeah. Now I would wonder. For the disposal use of syringes. Now you could probably skin pop these. Obviously you don't have to hit. I don't know. This is new to me.
Oh, okay.
This is new to me. I'm sure it's got some kind of...
Yeah, I'll read 'em.
Yeah. Definitely educate yourself on that if you're going to carry these. But what you can get, dude, and I'm telling you, they're so much better, dude. And it'd be so much more simpler for you. Damn it, well, I don't want to sit here and say that I wish I had one because I just used it the other night on somebody. And it was the last one I had. So,
Yeah, right, that much you use it though, huh?
dude, I'm not gonna tell you where or who, but I know all these girls because I am an actual house guy to one of the trap houses.
Yeah, I gotcha. Now, on the trap houses, so you would be a guy that would just basically kind of guard the door?
Yeah, I'm a door. I work. I'm the door guy, or
Speaking
I work
of
the
that,
floor.
I'm glad you brought that up. There's somebody going around here telling these people I'm getting rich and I'm using these girls, and he goes to these trap houses. Are you familiar with that guy?
Who?
Skinny white guy. I don't know who it is. It's a bunch of bullshit. The girls know it's bullshit, but he'll go on and leave messages and videos on YouTube and that kind of
Does
thing.
he?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll find out who he is. Oh, absolutely, dude.
And another question, this is just what I put together from what I've read, and that is this poor success rate on rehab, I think, is because these women don't have anywhere to go once they get clean.
I mean, I say no. I say it's everybody has somewhere to go when you get clean, It's it might be at a 3/4 house in a 3-bedroom house with 7 people. It might not be what you want, but it's somewhere to go.
Okay.
The problem is dealing with, I can speak on mine. A lot of the times, one of my biggest factors that has bothered me is I've given up a lot of my years to incarceration. So when you add the streets and my substance abuse into it, it's like you play catch up.